One team has attacking football written into the DNA while the other is currently enjoying a generation that, while yet to be proven golden, continues to express a love of goals. Five-time World Cup winners Brazil have been efficient if not breathlessly exciting so far, but turned up the heat in a stifling Samara when they needed to in the round of 16 against Mexico. Belgium, meanwhile, pulled the World Cup hopes out of the fire as substitutes. Marwan Fellaini and Nacer Chadli sparked a nerve-shredding 3-2 win over Japan. It's hard to imagine the ball will stay out of the net. But are the players likely to place it there? We look at some of the key battles below. Neymar v Eden Hazard. Neymar's goals-to-goals ratio remains heavily skewed towards the theatrical. Never has one man been so willing to sacrifice his dignity in meme form for the World Wide Web. Histrionics aside, the boy who would be king has elevated his game with each match as he continues to shake off the ring rust that saw him sidelined with a foot injury back in February. Against Mexico he looked more relaxed and was happy to trust his stellar supporting cast with more of the ball rather than taking on the world himself. Indeed, he only completed 2 dribbles against El Tri while making 5 key passes, including the cheeky back heel to Willian which led to the PSG superstars opener. If Belgium roll out the green carpet in between midfield and defense, like they did against Japan, it'll be easy pickings for Neymar. He's been fouled nearly 6 times per game so far and roughly dispossessed the same amount. Whatever happens, he'll make himself the center of attention. Eden Hazard has been less conspicuous than Neymar, but that is through no fault of his own, as the statistics suggest he has been every bit as good as his Brazilian counterpart so far. The Chelsea forward was the only player that consistently troubled Japan, first half and second, as defenders didn't know whether to back off due to his pace or get touch tight with his dribbling. It was both that did for the Japanese in the end, as his twist and burst of pace on the left opened up the space for him to pick out Marwan Fellaini for the equalizer. With Casemiro banned, Brazil have lost a crucial layer of defensive coating ahead of Miranda and Thiago Silva. It is likely Fernandinho who will be asked to perform mop-up duties, but right-back Fagner also needs to have the game of his life against the drifting dribbler. Philippe Coutinho v Kevin De Bruyne. Both Cristiano Ronaldo and Lionel Messi came to inglorious ends swiftly in the knockouts. If they had a Philippe Coutinho to dovetail with, then most likely the storybooks wouldn't have slammed shut in the round of 16. Indeed, Neymar is lucky to have a player that so effortlessly unearths space between the lines and treats the ball with the utmost care, all while having the daring to pick out a pass and launch long-range howitzers. His pass success rate so far at the World Cup is 90%, which is quite remarkable for a player tasked to move the needle in the attacking third. Belgium likely underestimated Japan's efficacy in those areas, so lackadaisical were they in cutting off space in Rostov, and while Coutinho will be afforded more respect, the Barcelona midfielder will like what he will have seen. Takashi Inui's superb strike is almost meat and drink to Coutinho, who averages 4.3 shots per game, and already has a similar effort for his World Cup portfolio from the game against Switzerland. Kevin De Bruyne is of the same silky ilk but sits deeper with Belgium than he does for Manchester City, and that has curbed some of his effectiveness. The wonderful counter-attack he sparked to set up Belgium's late winner versus Japan was the first time we've truly seen a trademark De Bruyne moment in Russia, when he plays alongside a safe but limited Axel Witsel in a midfield too. He has more responsibility to sit back, particularly with how recklessly attacking Belgium can be under Roberto Martinez. De Bruyne might have some more freedom in which to operate against Brazil, with Casemiro out and the Canarinho's own tendencies to pour forward, but a shrewd tight is bound to have a plan to keep the shackles on Belgium's chief playmaker. Marcelo